Good morning. Today we're going to read the story Night in the Country. When we're reading this story today, we want to listen for sensory details. How does Cynthia describe the things in the nighttime with sounds or sights or smells? I don't think there's any taste, but that would be one of them, or the way things feel. Um, we also want to think about um, what inspired her when she wrote this story. Why did we think she wrote this story? And we also want to think about what does she do to make us feel like we are in the story with her? How do her descriptions make us feel like we are right in the story with her? All right, let's get started. Night in the Country. Night in the Country. There is no night so dark, so black as night in the country. In the little houses, people lie sleeping and dreaming about daytime things, while outside, in the fields, and by the river, and deep in the trees, there is only night and nighttime things. So already we have some contrast between some people are sleeping in their houses, but while we're sleeping, things are happening. There are owls, great owls with marble eyes, who swoop among the trees and who are not afraid of night in the country. Night birds. So on this page, the way she describes the owls, they're great, meaning not nice or not like, ooh, great and cool, but more like great, like big. And then she says they're marble eyes. So how would their eyes be like a marble? Well, they're shiny and they're big and they're round and spherical, like a little glass marble. And they are not afraid. There are frogs, night frogs, who sing songs for you every night. Ring, 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 ring. Night songs. So there we have that sensory detail of sound, and she even uses that onomatopoeia to really make that impression. So you can feel like you're in the night with the frogs. We've all had that experience of sitting and hearing those little peepers, especially in the spring or especially after rain. And if you are one of those people in those little houses, and if you cannot sleep, you will hear the sounds of night in the country all around you. Outside, the dog's chain clinks as he gets up for a drink of water. Far over the hill, you will hear someone open and close a creaking door, and you will wonder who is up so late. So again, here you hear those sounds. It's dark, so it would be hard to see these things, but you can hear them. And when you're in the country and things are so open and there's not a lot of buildings and a lot of things in the way to block the sound, you can hear sounds from farther away. And if you lie very still, you may hear an apple fall from the tree in the backyard. Listen. Are you listening? Boom. Can you imagine having it so quiet that you could hear, that you could lay in your bed and your window might be open, so you might be feeling that breeze from the nighttime, and then all of a sudden you hear a little plump. Later, the rabbits will patter into your yard and eat pieces of your fallen apples, but only when they think you're asleep. Do you think you would be able to hear them crunching and munching? Maybe rustling in the grass? And all around you on a night in the country are the groans and thumps and squeaks that houses make when they are trying, like you, to sleep. Have you ever thought about your house trying to sleep? Your house trying to rest? That's kind of an interesting metaphor. Outside, a raccoon mother licks her babies. You might hear them squeaking as they nestle in with their mama. A cow nuzzles her calf. An old pig rolls over in the barn. And toward morning, one small bird will be the first to tell everyone that night in the country is nearly over. I love this picture because you've gone from this blue-black, this almost looks like chalk or pastels, and then you see this beautiful sunrise starting. The owls will go to sleep. The frogs will grow quiet. The rabbits will run away. And look, the farmer's already at work. You probably would hear his tractor humming. Then they will spend a day in the country listening to you. So they would hear the tractor. They would hear us talking to each other and calling each other. They might hear those cows mooing. All right. So night in the country, thinking about those sensory details. We're going to pause this recording so that I can share the next book in a different recording.